I played 100 hours of Hypixel Skyblock, and this is what I learned, wish I did better, and what I think I'll keep doing in the future. Hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get into it. Like I just said in the little intro there, we just hit 100 hours in Hypixel Skyblock, and I kind of wanted to do a video since I have been doing a series of kind of what I've learned, because I came into this knowing pretty much nothing and used a few guides on the internet, but mostly it was all you guys. Everybody in my Discord, make sure to check that out with the link in the description. It was everybody that commented, and quite a few guides that I ended up looking at for different aspects of the game. So what I think I'll do in this video is break it up into sections, and those sections will mainly revolve around the aspects of the game that I think are the most important, mainly the skills. So I'll have a mining section, a combat section, a farming section, and so on. So I'll hopefully have some timestamps on the screen here, as well as try and figure out how to do the YouTube timestamps, even though I've been unsuccessful with those in the past. And yeah, let's get into it, and I really hope you guys do enjoy, because this game has been a lot of fun, and I can't wait to keep making content on it. Most people starting from scratch will probably start with foraging, at least that's what I did. And I probably did this, I'd say it took up maybe 3 to 4 hours of my total gameplay. But as soon as you get pretty well established in it, it's way easier to do whatever you need to do. So of course we have the basic islands, we have this island, we have the park, and each island really has its own wood type. And it just depends on what you need it for. With collection, most of the time I was farming oak wood for the minion storage chests, but also I know if you get later game, fig trees and stuff like that is good for value. I'd say for the most part I was using a efficiency 5 gold axe, but as soon as I hit the jungle area, I farmed it out until I got what you see in my hand right now, the tree capitator. And it is absolutely insane for mining. You'll probably see quite a few people running around with these if you're playing, and it's because there really is no better early game axe that you don't have to spend millions for. And honestly, this is not going to be the longest section, but I did still want to touch it because I think it was definitely my favorite starting out, I'll be honest. It was nice to kind of zone out with a not too heavy grind, have a video in the background, and just chop wood. So this one is probably one I'll work on in the future, but not as heavily as some of the other ones we'll get into. I think mining's next, so this is probably one you'll be waiting for. So let's get into it. It would be a disservice to not start the mining section inside the dwarven mines. This is where I've probably spent the last 10 or so hours of mining, and really where you'll probably end up spending most of your mining time as well. I didn't find much usefulness in the deep caverns, but as soon as I got here, I found a lot more enjoyment in mining, and it became less of a grind and more of kind of like a side quest for me to do, because of course we have the daily commissions that we can always get into, do a couple of days. You can see I've already done mine. I want to get better with that, and that's something I'm trying to do with this video, is clock where I was at 100 hours and see where I will be at 200 or 300, because I want to continue making content since you guys have been so amazingly supportive of it. And I hate to plug too early, but while we're going to the forge, if you do enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I know it's a little early for this, but of course if you do enjoy the content, it helps me out a lot, and my main goal is to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and only you guys can make that happen. And I'll make another video when we hit 200 hours if we can get this video to 10 likes. I know that's kind of a small goal, but honestly, I've been kind of unsure of where I want to take the channel lately, and seeing some good support on this video would definitely make me a little bit more sure. But if we look into the forge here, you can see I actually have already made some mining gear in the forge, but also I'm currently crafting the items for a drill. Now that is something I wanted as soon as I started. I really wanted to drill after I saw videos of people using them. They seem super good for mining, and I hope they are, because I really still want to make one, and I think the next couple days, and probably the next 5 to 10 hours of gameplay, I will finally be able to craft one. And as you can see to the right, I have my bank and stuff, and it's really not the most full, because I never really sat down and got a good mining strategy, and really not a good money-making strategy in the first place. So I think that's another goal I have. Put it on the board. I think at the very end of the video, I want to make a wall in my island that kind of has a lot of goals I want to have in the next couple 100 hours. So let's get into the next section. And of course, if I miss anything or there's something you want me to tackle harder or, have more focus on, please leave it down in the comment section below. I will say, I think I'm doing okay with tools and stuff. I'm using a mithril pick and a rusty titanium pick. I don't really use the titanium pick, but I did put the time in to make a full mithril pick, so I think it's pretty good. And as you could probably tell, I'm not the best at making a script for videos like these, so I'm kind of just going as I go. So if I miss anything, I'll probably try and add it on later in the video. So there may be some weird jump cuts, but I won't keep you guys here too long, and let's get into combat. Oh, combat. Probably my favorite aspect of the game, or favorite skill, you could say, for one simple reason. Dungeons. I love these dungeons so much. The fact they're done in vanilla Minecraft makes all the secrets, all the little things so much crazier to me. Stuff I'll never understand with data packs, maybe. Command blocks, who knows? Stuff I don't need to understand to enjoy it, but they are definitely the aspect that drew me to the game the most. All the unique gear you can get, the Hyperions you can get later on, the Livid Dagger, the Midas Sword, I don't even know. That's the thing, I started my Hypixel series saying I wanted every legendary weapon. But as you can see, it's been 100 hours, and I have one. That is just showing me there are so much more to the game. Like, it's so insane to me, and I can't wait to find more. I would do a dungeon run, but I don't want this video to be incredibly long. I just want to say that make sure to check out a future video I have planned that I'm working on currently, where I am doing 50 dungeon runs, kind of just to see my experience. I really just want to get better. And that's the thing, it's going to be trial and error of learning, getting better, and just understanding these aspects of the game. But speaking of aspects, let's get into another aspect of combat skill, and that is Slayer. Slayer is another aspect, and I'm going to sound like a broken record here, that I really do wish I covered a bit heavier. I wish I learned it a bit better and earlier, because it's not been too bad for gaining stuff, but it's also been good for combat XP, as well as getting closer to unlocking some pretty good items, especially stuff like the healing staff that can be used in the dungeon. I think I'm saying that right, but I mean, it's definitely a difficulty curve because, well, look at that, Revenant Horror 2, and it was a, 2-shot. Or that was more of a one-shot, really. It's got a huge difficulty curve. I have, if we want to look here, I can show you guys how far I've gotten, and I think I do need to be doing that a bit more. There, we can claim that reward. I have completed, it looks like 3 or 4, I can't actually tell. I've done, I believe, 2 levels of Tarantula Broodfather, and 3 levels of Sven Packmaster. So definitely some improvement there, but honestly, I'm mainly just showing this in a way that's shorter. I want to have a more in-depth video later on. Let me know how you guys think I should do that. But I'm thinking when I hit 100 IRL days since I've started the series itself, like I said, go check that out if you want to see how I really progressed step by step, then go check that out. I have a playlist on the video. I can maybe leave a link in the description, but we'll have to see about that. But yeah, I think that's really all I want to say for combat. I'm trying to keep these brief while also covering a couple different aspects. So, if you have any ideas for a longer form video, let me know and what you want to see more. But let's get into the next aspect, and I hate to say it, but it almost rivals dungeons and my favorite thing to do, especially when I'm just trying to do some mindless stuff, and that is farming. Well, we can't really talk about farming without really just focusing on the garden. And yeah, if you're doing farming stuff, this is where you're going to spend most of your time, and where I had a lot of fun, and I almost want to say more fun than dungeons, but I think just because dungeons are a bit more intuitive and you actually do stuff, I have to say I like them a little better, and they kind of got me into Hypixel Skyblock as a whole. But I'll go ahead and show off my garden here. Definitely could be better, and I'm hoping that within the next few hundred hours, I can see some real improvement in this, because, yeah, I don't even have one of every crop yet, let alone the big money-making crops like, I think the moonflower and roses, maybe? But at the latter half of these 100 hours is when the new Hypixel update came in that mainly revolved around farming, which is when the specialized farming tools came in and became a bit more available and easier to get, as well as the greenhouse, which I built very recently, so I don't even know very much about. But I'm having a lot of fun in the garden, and the contests and everything like that keep me pretty close by, and I come back every 1 to 3 hours just to do the contests themselves. What do I think I could have done better? I think focusing on a lot of compost really early on would have been way better. I think focusing on money-making crops and, honestly, visitors. Visitors are incredibly important since there's a couple different enchantments, it may just be one, that give you better farming fortune for every unique visitor you've helped. So you really want to keep them coming through and leaving. Also, pretty good for money making, because if you just want the copper that they drop, you can go in, spend 200 to 300k on whatever they're asking for. As you can see here, if you don't really know what the visitors do, they will ask you for an item, or a lot of items really, as Ophelia here wants 270 enchanted sugar, which it says right there would be 43,200 sugarcane. While that sounds like a lot, when you have farming fortune, and I even have the specialized farming tool, which is the sugarcane hoe, the Turing sugarcane hoe Mark 1, I guess I should call it. And yeah, it goes by a lot faster than you'd think, but honestly, I'm sure most of you guys have played, so you know more about this than I may ever know. But that's what I'm hoping, is I can get some comments and some constructive feedback on stuff I could be doing better, which I've been getting a lot of that in the Discord, and I hate to plug it a second time, but go check that out if you're interested, because, yeah, it's a really nice place where I can see your guys' stuff, and it's not just a single comment that I may forget about, which I see all your guys' comments, I like them, I love to see them, but, you know, they can kind of get lost in the sea of YouTube sometimes, since not even YouTube's the best at telling me about them. But I'm going to stop yapping about this and get into an aspect that I honestly blundered at. I did horrible with this aspect, and that's pets. Ooh, this is going to be an embarrassing one, so let's get into it. What better way to start off this section about pets than going over here to Kat and getting a pet that I left with her, and it just so happens to be a legendary mithril golem. That is super awesome, honestly, and if I had known it'd been that cheap, I would have done it way earlier. But let's go ahead and open the menu here and get into my pets. As you can see, I don't have very many. I have a farming pet, a mining pet, and a couple kind of iffy other pets. I do have the Griffin combat pet and the Grandma Wolf combat pet, but if you know anything about pets, these aren't the best. And honestly, I probably should be using something like the Baby Yeti, and you guys have told me that, and honestly, I keep forgetting. I need to be better about equipping pets, because your pets are super important. As you can see, the Mithril Golem, look at everything it gives me just while I'm mining. Extra mining speed when mining mithril, increases all stats on mining islands, and gives me extra mithril powder, and especially with the held item, which I get plus 40% pet XP while mining. There are so many crazy things that your pets can do for you, as long as you're equipping them in the right situations. I was using the elephant pet while doing dungeons, while I was mining. I was using the mithril golem while I was enchanting and doing dungeons. Honestly, it was a toss-up whether I was ever using the right pet for the right task. And honestly, I'm still not. And that's something I really, really hope I can do better with. And honestly, within 100 hours, I should have already been doing this. So this is kind of a beating up myself for this, but hopefully this will help me get a little bit better by really making myself see how little I've mastered pets. Let's go ahead and add you to my equipment though. Pretty excited about that, honestly. I did that earlier today. If you guys don't have a legendary mithril golem, please do it. It takes like an hour and a half time-wise, probably less, and it's super cheap on enchanted mithril and stuff, and super awesome pet. But yeah, there's not really much else I can say on this, and I don't actually know if I have another aspect I want to cover since this video's already been pretty long in terms of recording, as I have had to redo takes a lot because, like I said, pretty bad with scripts. So, you know, I'll let you guys know, and of course you'll see if there's another aspect I do want to cover. Another embarrassing one. Honestly, I'd say less than an hour of that 100 hours has been towards fishing. Honestly, I have to say it, it's kind of a boring aspect to me. It's pretty intensive with how much money you have to spend to get your gear, and I didn't really see any reward in it. But I know now, with what you guys have been telling me, that it is actually decently worth it to get an okay or decent fishing setup, level up, and you can get treasure, you can get drops from the sea creatures that you pull up. So yeah, this is not going to be a long section other than me saying, yeah, I want to get better with this. I want to try fishing more and give it a real shot, because I feel like I did not give it a fair try. I wasn't actually using proper gear, I wasn't using good fishing armor, good fishing bait, good fishing rods, a good fishing pet, so pretty much nothing on my fishing setup was optimized. And you can see down there, those people are pulling up a ton of stuff, and that's what I need to do. I need a better set so I can do that as well. So leave any suggestions down in the comment section below. And yeah, let's get into a little secret aspect that I don't think I put on the front thing. So yeah, let's get there. I'm not even sure what to call this section, honestly. Feng Shui, island look. I started building something here, and I honestly really like the look of it. I have the portal to different areas, but honestly, as you can see, it's been quite neglected for quite a long time. I've not done a ton with this at all. So I'm hoping to do better as time passes, honestly. But you know what? It would be a disservice to not cover minions. And I guess that'll go in this section, even though I meant it to just be a how my island looks. And I want to use this video to compare how my island looks now to how it'll look at 200, 300, 500 hours in. And like I said, this is a pretty brief video, all things considered, and I'd like those other ones in my 100 days video to be a bit more expansive and specific and stuff. But here we have it, all my minions. Well, if you played for a while, you'll know these are not the best minion setups. Now the redstone minion, actually, pretty good. Now, my minions are pretty full at the moment, besides these ones that I've actually put in a budget hopper in. But other than that, I really don't have very much here. So I think that is a huge aspect I want to improve on. And how many times do you think I'll say that? First one to leave a aspect shout out, how many times I say that word in the comments, if anybody does it, will get a shout out in the next video that I do, which is probably going to be an episodic Skyblock episode. So make sure to check that out. Once again, plugging the channel. Sorry for all that. But yeah, that is something I want to improve on, is the types of minions I have, the amount of minions I have, and how good they are, because I can't imagine 3 cobblestone, 2 redstone, an iron, a gold, a cobblestone, or this isn't cobblestone, this is coal. Apparently I just don't have a minion here, and a melon minion, as well as a zombie minion that has probably not been touched for 20 hours. Can be that good. So once again, another thing I just need to improve on, really, because it's frustrating, honestly, actually making myself confront what I've done. Because when you look at it, I probably spent the whole first 50 hours dilly-dallying practically, not doing nearly enough. And I think it was more fun that way, but now that I'm definitely getting a bit more attention and traction on the series itself, I want to be better for you guys. I want to become a better Skyblock player for all of you. Because that's what I need to be doing if I really want to call myself a Skyblock YouTuber, even though it's not my main thing. It's something I've really enjoyed, something that's done very well on the channel. So it'd be a disservice to not actually learn and do better in a series that has been doing very well and has brought a lot of positive attention to the channel. So yeah, let's get into what I talked about at the start with the billboard of quests, maybe. Just stuff I want to do better, where I'll put up a bunch of signs and have everything that I want to improve upon in my next hours, hundreds, who knows how many hours of Hypixel Skyblock. Here it is. She ain't the prettiest, but she'll do for now. And this is kind of all the goals I could think of for the moment for the big things I covered in this video. I know I missed some stuff, but this is stuff I've had in my head for a while that I really think I need to just put down somewhere and knock them off when I achieve them. So let's get into it. We have mining. I want to get my first drill. We're close. We are really close, and I want to get one. Reach Heart of the Mountain level 8. This is kind of a big one, and I don't know. I think we'll be able to achieve it if I'm logging in daily, doing all the tasks, and then doing a couple on top of that, because honestly, within an hour or so, you can get quite a bit of Heart of the Mountain XP every day. Now, combat. I want to get the Hyperion. Now, this is probably the longest term goal we have out right now, and it's because, well, that's what honestly got me into Hypixel Skyblock. I saw a video where somebody was grinding to get the Hyperion, and that's what I want. I want to get the super cool weapon that everyone talks about and use it to kill this cow that's ruining the shop. Clear dungeon level 6 without a carry. Now this is also a much longer term goal because I can hardly clear level 3 without a carry. So it's going to be a lot of grinding, a lot of getting better gear and just working on it as I go. But once again, I think it's something I can do with enough time and effort put into my build, my playstyle, and of course, pets. But we'll tackle those in a moment. Clear all levels of Zombie, Spider, and Wolf Slayer solo. Now we're close on Zombie and Wolf. Spider, however, my DPS is just way too low, and honestly my survivability isn't the best either. I mean, I only have old dragon gear. But yeah, it's something I want to do, and it's probably early game for most people or mid game for most people, but I know 100 hours is not late game. 100 hours is still very much in the early game, which is insane to me. But let's move on to farming. Not too many here. Obtain all specialized farming tools. Oh, that's kind of blocking the screen there. There we go. And get a platinum in a farming challenge. And if I did have an extra sign, I would go ahead and add that I want to have a plot with every single different type of crop on it. Or one plot for every type of crop so that it's a bit easier. And also maybe just min-maxing my farm setup to where I'm not having to wait for stuff to grow, that I can just, you know, hit one area, go to the next, and by the time I'm done with all the areas, the first one has now fully regrown. Pets, once again, my most embarrassing aspect. Right here, use the right pet way more often. It's just something I need to be better with, and it's embarrassing that it's taking me this long to really just buckle down and say, hey, I need to do this or I'm never going to hit late game. I'm gonna get stuck somewhere and just quit. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that for you guys, and I don't want to do that for me. Have 10 legendary pets. Now, as I told you guys, that Mithril Golem was my first legendary pet. And you know what? Let's get him out. Let's get him out right now. Where are you? There you are. So it's once again, a longer term goal that I'll need to work on daily, and I'll need to upgrade my pets and just start going through it. And that's going to involve making money. And if I could, and I'll probably add like an ultimate goal right up there, but I'll make you guys wait just a bit longer before I say what that is. Yeah, just 10 legendary pets doesn't seem like an insane goal, and it would give me a good variety to switch through as long as I have like, oh, a legendary enchanting, mining pet, and all that. I didn't even cover enchanting that much in this, but yeah, it's another thing I want to get better at. Now, lastly, for my island. I want to finish the portal area. It's not that labor intensive, it doesn't take me that long to build, it's not hard, and I can fly. So honestly, no excuse, I just need to, like I said, buckle down one day and start building it, expanding it, and making it look better. So yeah, I think that's very achievable. And use minions much more effectively. This is going to involve me watching guides, learning how to use them, and what minions are most effective at this stage of the game. And honestly, probably most that I aren't using, I should say. Probably what I'm using is not very effective at all. I can't imagine Enchanted Cobblestone is the most practical use of your minions at this stage. I think I want to kill you. Oh, look at that. Scheduled backup completed. Cool. I'm probably going to block that out. I don't know I want you guys to see that. But up there, my big quest, my big goal, if I had a sign, I will actually put it up there right now. Make 100 million. I don't even think that'd be that hard. I just need to stop spending my money on stuff that makes my life easier. So yeah, as soon as I hit that, and as I'm hitting these goals, I'm gonna tear these down, and I might have a new wall at 200 hours that we put up saying what I want to do then. But I think I am gonna end this one off here, guys. But before I do that, I want to have a checkpoint. I want to, oh, I was right there. I want to show off all my stats, my combat level, everything like this. And I just want to show it to you guys, mainly so I can see how far I've come since then. So let's go over here to my skills, and here's what my skill levels are currently at. Combat at level 19, farming at level 26, fishing at level 10, mining at level 21, foraging at level 17, enchanting at level 21, alchemy at level 7, carpentry at level 18, runecrafting at level 11, and taming at level 22. And of course we have some of the other stuff like hunting, dungeoneering, and social 3 that I haven't really done too much on, but hopefully, you know, if you see me on here, add me. My username is how do I see that? Vaporwind27. Add me whenever. I literally had somebody add me during this recording and talk to me for a little bit. That was super cool. I love hearing from you guys, and I know sometimes I don't accept the friend requests. I'm a little zoned out occasionally. If I'm mining, if I'm farming, I'm not really paying total attention to the game. But I do want to thank you guys so much if you did stick around this late, and even if you left a comment, subscribed, thank you so much, because it really makes it means the world to me, really. I can't thank you guys enough. Just a couple months ago, I was below 400 subs, and look where we are now. We are over 600 subs, and I honestly can't believe it. It is such a dream to me, and like I said, I know I shielded early on, and I'm gonna do it again. 1,000 subs is my goal by the end of the year, and I think if I buckle down, really keep making content, you know, I've been doing some Arc, but I know Hypixel is more popular, so I want to show you guys what you subscribe to see. So I'll be doing both series with a focus on Hypixel, really. But yeah, if you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below on anything I've asked in this video. I read all your guys' comments. I love to see them. I know I sound like a broken record, so I'm just going to end it off here. This was 100 hours in a Hypixel Skyblock. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.